Hello Libra, Elsie here to do your reading. It is for the week ahead, my friends. How are you this fine weekend? I am throwing this on a Sunday, but please understand that whether you get this today, tomorrow, or next year, it could resonate with you. It will not resonate with all of you today because we're not all leading the same lives. We're all at different places in our lives, right? So I'm here with the oracles, so I will throw these for the overall energy for the week ahead. And then I will throw some tarot on top. We will find out what is going on for you. Libra, how are you? I hope you're well. Let me know in the comments how you've been doing through all these crazy transits. How are they affecting you? Libra, if you are here for the first time and you've never been here before, then please know that there is a subscription button down in the bottom right-hand corner should you decide to stay and join this beautiful tribe. If you're here all the time, you're my ride or die. Thanks so much for coming back. I appreciate you. Let's find out what's going on for you. Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. We've got blame, we've got friendship, and we've got love. Regret is on the bottom of the deck. That's a really curious combination of cards. So we've got blame. It says, I accept responsibility for my well-being. Friendship, I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. And then we have love. I commit to the practice of seeing good in all things. So the blame game, I feel like this, it says here, I accept responsibility for my well-being. And so I feel like it feels like you're accepting responsibility for your choice in friends. And sometimes, we choose friends to be in our life based on the knowledge that we have at the time that we have that knowledge. So sometimes we grow out of friendships, right? Sometimes friends choose not to grow with us. We grow out of friendships. And so I feel like there's no blame to be placed here, I want to say. I feel like you're just being more careful with the friendships that you're picking. It says, I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. And I think that this is also pertaining to friendships. It does say here that you understand that there is a friend in your life, a friend in your life for a reason. And that could be connected with love for some of you. We will look a little bit further here, but I feel like it's like you want to make a decision because you don't want to be left in regret. We've got, I know that I cannot change the things of the past. So I think for some of you, you're going through a time in your life where friends are dropping away. And that usually is an indication that you're changing a vibration, because not everybody's going to follow you to the next vibration, Libra. And if you're growing and they're not growing, your soul does not want to be pulled back into a place that you've already completed the lessons in. So I feel like for some of you, you have friends that are dropping away, and it's been a little bit hard to see them go. Maybe you're blaming yourself. Maybe I should have stayed longer. Maybe I should have been different. Maybe I should have. It feels like you're blaming yourself, and I don't think you should. I think it's the natural progression of things. I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. And so I think that you see the good in the relationships that you had, but that some of them you just don't require any longer. Tell me about blame, please. Tell me about blame. We've got the wheel. We've got crown. One more take that one right there. Bottom of the deck, let's look there. It says 4-leaf clover, great good fortune. We do have the tulip, great passion. Oh, we've got great twice. I like the word great coming up twice in a row. Let's go for the third. It says, on unsettled times, need to plan ahead. Okay, so look, I feel like in the future, you will have great or good fortune. You'll have great passion as well. Both of these are plants, right? We've got a tulip and we've got a 4-leaf clover. So 4-leaf clovers are always lucky whenever you find them because they're not very popular, right? And like they're popular, but they're not very plentiful. And then we have the tulip, and the tulip is like a nice surprise because, I feel like that we put the bulbs in the ground and they come up every year, and it's like, oh yeah, there they are. And it's like, oh yeah, I put that bulb there last year, didn't I? So I feel like it's something that's sprouting or growing. It feels like that there is something coming up that is good in the future for you. And I feel like it is, it's coming because you've made a leap vibrationally, is what it feels like. You've decided that it's time for you to move. We've got a wheel here that says indecisiveness, allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. And so maybe that's the blame game that you're playing with yourself. I feel like you're blaming yourself that possibly you hung out with a group of people or at that job or in the situation that you outgrew a long time ago, but maybe you just didn't feel like you were confident enough or courageous enough to go. So I feel like it's almost like like you're blaming yourself for being indecisive about not moving forward when the wheel turned, but allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. Maybe you feel like it was wasted time a little bit, but listen, those people taught you lessons that you needed. I don't think it was wasted time. Got the Crown. It says honor and respect will come to you. Oh, look at that. I feel like you're going to be making different friends, different friendships. I feel like this group of friends that is about to show up here are going to be ones who really see your worth. That it says honor and respect will come to you, but there's a crown here. So it almost feels like they see you in your worth, standing in your worth. Friendship, I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. Maybe you're the one that's in someone's life for a reason. Could be that. We have the feather. It says someone you know is undependable and insincere. So I feel like if we're talking about love, it says, I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. I feel like that is you. I feel like in order for you to stay balanced, that you give people the benefit of the doubt, you keep yourself in balance, but also that there is someone who is insincere or not dependable that is in your life, and you keep giving them the benefit of the doubt. It says, I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. And so I think that that's you. I think that you're trying to see the good in all things, even though they keep not being dependable for you, and they are, you feel as though they are insincere. So it feels like you can't change the past, and maybe you have a little bit of regret or feeling a little bit of blame, but blaming yourself for things that went wrong. But it feels like you know that you can't change the past. So I feel like if it's time for you to just let it go. There's nothing you can do back then. All you can do is move forward and do better because you know better, right? Maya Angelou taught us that for decades. All right, let's talk about these here oracles, and then we'll get some tarot on the table. We've got patience and we've got divine counterpart. Look, I feel like you need to have patience with yourself. Stop blaming yourself for things that you kept yourself in for a while in order to keep other people comfortable. But you're Libra and you like balance, and so you don't want to stir the pot. You don't want to ruffle feathers. And I feel like you need to stop blaming yourself. Since manifestations are on the way, and we already talked about this new group of friends, or a friendship, a special friendship possibly, somebody who really sees you in your divine honor. They see you in your king or queened up energy. We have a divine counterpart. So look, divine counterparts aren't just in love. They can be in friendships as well. And what do we do when we meet somebody? We started out as a friendship. Could be a divine counterpart that leads to love. It could be that. But I feel like you're a little bit gun shy, I'm going to say, because I feel like that you've had people who have not really been dependable like you are, and have not really been sincere as you are. So I feel like maybe you need to release the regret or the things that you can't change from the past. It says release grudges, wounds, pent up feelings through healthy activities. So whether you do it through healthy activities or not, I feel like it's time to release grudges and wounds. And I think some of the grudges are the ones you have with yourself for not making different decisions. That's what it feels like. So give yourself a break. You were doing what you needed to do at the time with the information that you had. All right, Libra. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Let's get these tarot on the table. Find out what else we need to know about what's coming up in the week ahead for you. And, oh, yes, Libra, there's private reads are open. Whether you want a live private read or one that is pre-recorded, please take a look in the pinned comment if you're interested. Let's tell me what's coming up for Libra. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Libra for the week ahead. We've got Temperance. I love it. It's a perfect card to come up between patience and a divine counterpart with this friendship, because it feels like the reason that you are being honored and respected by this new friendship is because you are healed, because you are in balance, because you've got life going in a pretty good balance, in a healed way. I also feel like maybe you haven't met this person yet. For some of you, you might meet them in the week ahead, and it feels like it's going to be a moment of alchemy. When you come to this place of this person feels very stable, they feel emotionally stable. It feels like that this person truly is a divine counterpart of some sort. You probably hit it off with them right away, and it's because you've been patient with yourself, and because you've been patient, it feels like there's been like the lull between the end of a cycle and the beginning of another, and maybe you've been kind of lonely in between there, not really going out with anywhere or doing anything because, you know, you stepped out of the old vibration where you left the other group of people. It feel like you're about to find a special friendship that is on your vibration. Tell me more about Libra. We've got the 8 of Swords, we've got the 10 of Pentacles, and we've got the 4 of Cups, yes. So this kind of tells the story a little bit about what I was saying. The 8 of Swords is you being in your head, right? It wouldn't be unlike an air sign not to be in their head, right? I feel like this is the blame part of it here. I feel like you need to have patience with yourself and know that your hands were tied. When we leave a vibration and we leave people back there, whether they're family members, friends, a job, whatever the situation was that we outgrow, we get to this place where we don't really want to go. Should I go? Shouldn't I go? I'm going to have to leave these people here. They don't want to come with me, or they're not ready to come with me. I feel like your hands were tied. Look, there was nothing you could do. Your hands were tied. I feel like you tried to think it over as much as you could in order to find a way to get them to come with you, but you can't force people into the new vibration. I feel like where you are going, other people can't go. The 10 of Pentacles is here. It's very abundant. It's something like, I feel like this is a lifetime friendship that you're making. This could be a divine counterpart friendship. It could turn into love for some of you, but it feels like this is something that is going to be super abundant. It could be a job for some of you. You might, if you are leaving a job, I feel like you are going to a job that's far more abundant and better on your mental health, it feels like, with this Temperance card here, because we've got the 8 of Swords here. It feels like the friendship or the new job or the new situation you're traveling to, it feels like it's going to be way easier on your mental health, very healing on your mental health. So I feel like with the 4 of Cups here, it feels like you've been taking care of yourself. It feels like you've been taking care of yourself, maybe getting into meditation, getting very rooted, very grounded, but it also feels like you are saying no, finally, to the things that don't match your vibration. The 4 of Cups here. I feel like you are rejecting the things that are not good for you, and that you have decided that you want to try and stay in balance here. Stable, secure, and emotionally in balance here. And I don't think there's anything you need to apologize for. People move the way they move. Feels like you just need to release whatever it is that you're feeling here. Release the regret, possibly. Tell me what else I need to know about Libra, please. I feel like there's a lot of growth here, right? Because we have the tulip and we have the 4-leaf clover. I feel like you're going to be experiencing a lot of growth coming up in the week ahead, where you're understanding yourself. You're not going to blame yourself anymore. I think that it's about love. I feel like you've got to not only learn to love yourself, but also, continue to love people who do let you down and are a bit insincere, but you're going to keep moving nonetheless. We do have the 6 of Pentacles. We have the 6 of Cups. And we have Justice. I like it. So Libra, you showed up right here. It's always a good omen when you show up in your own reading here. I really feel like that you're in between worlds is what it feels like. You're not quite, like you've left the old vibration, but you're not quite in the new one. And I feel like that you are going to have some sort of a soul tribe or a really special friendship coming into your life that feels like you've known them forever. Look, it could also be somebody that you have known before. The 6 of Cups is here. You might have nostalgia with them. You might have memories with them. They could be someone who gets back in touch with you from grade school or high school, right? And it feels like with the 6 of Pentacles that this person is going to be really good at giving you sincere and dependable connection. Because I feel like when it comes to love, whether it's platonic or romantic, that you are in this place of you give more than they give, because you're a person who I feel is not only intellectual, but also is always wanting to keep things in balance around you. So maybe sometimes you hang out in situations for too long, and you end up getting in this place of the 8 of Swords. So once you get into the 8 of Swords, you're like, I just can't do this anymore. So I feel like the Justice card is telling me that you will have justice. Things are coming back into balance for you. You are going to be paid back for the time you feel that's been lost. It feels like the Justice card is telling me karmic justice is coming. And so you've been really patient. And I feel like patience is connected to the Temperance card for a reason. I feel like you had to have this time to realize what it is you really wanted. And I feel like this next cycle that you're entering here is a place of really kind friendships, people who who really respect you, people who are dependable. I think it's going to be very different. Friendships will be restored. I feel like you'll have special connections. Six of Cups tells me that you'll feel divine counterpart connection, whether it's romantic or platonic love. And you're learning to say no. You're learning to say no to people, places, and things that just don't match your vibration. Tell me about the Four of Cups, please. We've got the Two of Cups. We've got the Chariot. And we've got the Star. So it does feel like that there is... I feel like you are saying no to anything that is not... that doesn't feel like the Two of Cups, whether it's platonic or romantic, because the Two of Cups isn't always romantic energy. I feel like you're really only saying yes to relationships that are very deep. People who are going to show you their depth. People who are in balance emotionally. We've got the Chariot, right? We can see that the person on the Chariot, this particular one here, the person on the Chariot is trying to keep in balance, right? And I feel like so you're only going to allow people in your life that are very balanced and in their emotional energy. They're willing to move forward, but also somebody who's going to give you as much as you give them. So I feel like there is, if you are the person who's been feeling lonely lately, I feel like in the week ahead that if you get yourself out, get yourself social, the Ten of Pentacles could mean that you're getting out amongst people. And if you're deciding to do that, I feel like you will be meeting somebody new who's going to be quite reciprocal in their energy. A really good friend, right? We all just need one really good friend. Tell me what the Ten of Pentacles is, please. We've got the Four of Swords. We've got the Five of Pentacles, and we have the Nine of Cups. And so I feel like this time, if you're in between worlds, in between vibrations, where you've left one group and you haven't yet found the other, I feel that that's the Five of Pentacles. I think it's for this reason. I feel like the universe is putting you into a place where you need to learn to be happy from the inside out, not from the outside in. So you can't depend on friends to make you happy. Depend on love relationships, platonic or romantic, to make you happy. It feels like the Nine of Cups is always about being inwardly happy because you built it yourself. That's what the nines are about. No one helped you. You built it yourself. And so that means it's not external things. I feel like you're really meditating a lot, or I always say you're the creative one. This one's a potter, right? Throwing clay. But if you're a person who really wants to get into meditation and you don't know how to do that, being creative is a really good way to do that, whether you're writing, creative writing, journaling, making pottery, coloring in an adult coloring book, whatever it is. It feels like that there is something here that you can do to get into a meditative state. I feel like it's giving you, this lull is giving you time to heal. Heal from the feeling of the Five of Pentacles, the feeling on the outside looking in, feeling like nobody wants to hang out with you. I feel like this is a time that you're supposed to be cultivating love and happiness within the self. Then when we carry on here, you end up being someone's star. You end up being someone's healing because now you know how to heal. You now end up rejecting people who are not going to be really deeply emotional with you, because I feel like you require deep connection. You're highly intelligent. You want to talk about the sun, the moon, the stars. You don't just want to talk about, cell phone coverage and insurance companies. Like, it feels insurance companies for your car. I feel like you want someone you can be quite in depth with, and because you've been patient, I think you're being sent a divine counterpart. I'm going to put down last 4 cards here. And I'm going to take it into the extended. If you're interested in being in the membership area, please look into the pinned comment just below all of that stuff that I've got there for the private reads is the link for the membership area. So it's not just these extensions that I do. There's other things over there. We will be doing some lives as well. And if you'd like to come join us there, please click that link below. All right, let's find out what is going on, what we're going to talk about in the extension. We're going to talk about the Two of Pentacles. So it feels like you're in a place where you're not quite out of one place and not quite another. You're sort of, I would say, juggling between 2 vibrations is what it feels like in the 3D here. And I feel like this new friendship or divine counterpart friendship is going to be showing up soon. There's decisions that have to be made here. And I feel like you are now, instead of looking at someone and saying, oh, that person dresses nice, I think I want to be their friend, or they drive a great car, I feel like you're feeling it out now. You're feeling out using your intuitive energy and feeling out people instead of believing what you see. So I feel like you will be making a decision about somebody new here, whether it's romantic or platonic. We have the Eight of Pentacles, and I feel like you're ready to really put the hard work into it, whether it's romantic or platonic relationship. I feel like they are too. I feel like you're going to be meeting somebody who's very particular, somebody who's good at the reassessment, somebody who's very analytical, very highly intelligent, which is going to match you perfectly. And the Eight of Pentacles is also someone who's doing self work. So I think that you're a person who's doing that as well. That's what it feels like here. And this is someone who is really into the self-mastery bit of it. So I feel like you're going to be able to have really great conversations with this person. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles, and that's when you're going to decide that, yes, we are going to invest in a great friendship here, or a great love ship, because we do have the card of love here as well. I'm going to take this into the extension, and we'll talk about your growth a little bit and what is coming up in your growth in the future, what you might release in this regret. And if you'd like to come and watch that, then you know where to go. I'm going to go for now. Thank you so much for coming here and watching. Happy weekend to you. I hope you're having a beautiful Sunday. I'm going to go for now, but I'll be back because, well, I'm always back. Thank you. Bye-bye.